offer a warm welcome, cater to your customers, and offer a fond farewell. We're doing all three of those things on today's Carolina People. Stay tuned to Professor J. Rowe coming up next. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Myrtle Beach Lighting, out on 17 Bypass, a little south of the back gate of the Air Force Base. We're focused on the Hospitality and Tourism Management Program at Horry-Georgetown Technical College, and we're visiting with Professor Jay Rowe. It's academic coordinator. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Greg. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks so much for getting up early to get in here. And how about, that's right, yeah. You get the sleep out of your eyes. What about all this light? This place is amazing.
That's right.
Had you ever been in here before?
Of course.
Is that right?
Sure have.
For just to shop or to show it off to folks?
And they were featured in Coastal Business Life magazine at one time.
That's exactly right, where you write the business etiquette column.
That's
which
correct.
is a very popular column, Jay.
Well, thank you.
That has really built up some steam.
Starting on our third year now.
Is that right? Linda and Joyce do an amazing job. They're two of my favorite folks in the print market and the market.
They have really added a new dimension to magazines here in the Grand Strand, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
In the Myrtle Beach area, absolutely. And you helped kick off the magazine, didn't you?
In the very first issue.
Were you really?
Joyce stopped by school one day and she said, "We're starting a new magazine. What are you going to do for us?" I said, "I'll write the business etiquette column." And she said, "Sure, we'll sign you up. Your columns are due the 10th of the month."
I love it. Son of a gun, Jay. How do you normally, well, actually, real quick, before that, you go back into class in the morning, right?
That's right. Let's see, tomorrow would be Wednesday, so I have an 8 o'clock class on hotel management.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How about the other classes you'll be teaching?
I'll also be teaching a class in international etiquette and protocol. It's a brand new class that we're teaching this year, and I'm very excited about that because we have quite a number of international students who will be taking the class, as well as our students from Horry and Georgetown counties, as well as our students who come here from other places.
In international etiquette, are there some differences there that we
there
may
are
not
lots
be aware?
of differences.
What?
About how to shake hands, when you bring a gift, when you laugh, when you don't laugh, when you show the soles of your feet,
Oh,
when
come
you can
on.
cross your legs. There's a lot of things to know. I mean, you could really lose a business deal by making one little faux pas.
Is that right? I remember, what is that show? This was a hilarious episode where the guy didn't shake hands because he just sneezed, and of course the folks on the opposite side were very upset, and they canceled a big business deal because of that, because someone wouldn't shake their hand.
Right. When do you bow? When do you shake hands? When do you nod?
That's a real issue that folks have to think about. Now, is this principally on the hospitality and tourism side, or
Well,
just in
it's,
open
it's
setting?
in open setting, but because in hospitality you do deal with people from so many cultures as they come here to do business. They're eating in restaurants, they're staying in hotels,
Right.
And so that's one of the main reasons that we do it. And also, our students have the opportunity to travel, anywhere in the world once they get their degrees from here. We like to say that our students have a world of opportunity in hospitality, because once they get basic training here, they can go on to work anywhere in the world.
I think I saw, Jay, you've been teaching 4 years now?
This is my 4th year.
Is right. What prompted you to go into the academic world?
I'd been at the Carriage House, of course,
Right.
for 12 years. I love that. But I had an opportunity to go down to Beaufort, South Carolina, and be the food and beverage director at the Beaufort Inn. And I got down there, and it was a lot of fun. I liked it, but there's no place like home.
Yes.
So when one of the professors at Tech retired, Kate Ferreira, the
Right.
former
Sure,
department
I remember
chair,
Kate.
found out about me, and she contacted me to see if I might be interested in moving back to the Grand Strand and teaching. And I was very, very excited about that opportunity.
Oh, yeah, and you said, of course, home. Now, home is Horry or Georgetown?
I grew up in Georgetown County.
Right.
I'm out near Hemingway in the Pleasant Hill community, Folly
yeah.
Grove, right out.
Some of our viewers
country.
are out there. Yeah, sure.
Barbecue country. And I've lived at the beach now for about 15 years, with
Golly.
the exception of the year that I headed down to Beaufort.
I think I saw you've been in Georgia for a little while, Jay.
Yeah, I worked my first job out of Clemson. I worked for the South Carolina Farm Bureau.
Right, right.
And President Wilson always likes to talk about how did we get a Farm Bureau guy teaching hospitality. But my degree is in agricultural my degrees are in agricultural education. But a lot of the things that I did whenever I was working for the Farm Bureau, I was a meeting planner. I organized conferences. I dealt with volunteers. So a lot of things that I actually did for the Farm Bureau were related to the hospitality industry.
Right, sure.
Got a chance to move down to Georgia to work for the Georgia Farm Bureau. And after working there for a couple of years, I went to work in political campaigns. I met some folks.
That. Yeah,
met some folks that were. It was time for a change from the Farm Bureau, and one of the guys that I'd hired to be a speaker for one of our conferences was running for a statewide office.
Really?
And I was friends with his daughter. And I said, I want a new job. And Lindy says, oh, Daddy will hire you. So I went to work with a gentleman named Bobby Rowe, and he won Public Service Commission position down in Georgia. In Georgia, the Public Service Commission is a statewide elected position.
Really?
Yep.
So he held a statewide position.
He held
and
a
you've been
statewide-
instrumental in his campaign?
Yeah, I worked on his campaign.
Wow, Jay, that's tremendous.
And then I spent some time working with a gentleman named Lauren Bubba McDonald, and he ran for governor of Georgia in 1990, the first year that Senator Zell Miller was governor.
Right.
And back in the 90s. So I traveled all over Georgia, all 159 counties.
Are there really that many?
That many.
There's 43 in South
46.
Carolina, 100 in North Carolina, 46 here, and 159. There's more in Georgia than in both North and South Carolina. That's incredible.
So after working with the South Carolina Farm Bureau with 43 counties and then going to Georgia Farm Bureau to 159 counties, just mailing, and this was before email too, of course, so when we corresponded with our county farm bureaus, we were either doing it by fax or by letter. So that was a lot more letters to stamp and address and people to keep up with. But I really liked Georgia. But I was, again, when it was time for me to move back to South Carolina, I was glad to come home.
You moved from there, you headed up to Horry, or you back to Georgetown? You went straight to the Carriage House Club from there? Mm-hmm. Wow.
But I started working part-time. I started as a part-time server and liked it so well, I just stayed.
Yeah, and worked your way up. You were later the general manager there at the club. It's a pretty big deal for viewers who may not have visited the Carriage House Club before down at Litchfield Plantation. Is that a private club?
It's a private dining club.
Right.
I think the dues finally went up. I think they're $45 now instead of $35.
So folks can actually
become a member of. It's a dining club,
right? Sure.
And it's people get all kind of scared or nervous. The prices are very reasonable for what you get, and the setting, of course, is magnificent.
Oh, absolutely. It is beautiful down there. It's worth just joining the club, paying the $45.
And that's one of the things you get to do. It's a private residential community as well as a private dining club.
Right.
So one of your benefits from membership is that you are able to drive in and look at the plantation. Particularly if you have friends from out of town or business associates visiting here, you can take them down to the Carriage House and just ride around and look at it.
Litchfield Plantation, I think I saw somewhere that's about 750 acres.
Right.
Incredible when you think of an expanse like that and some of those beautiful homes and the trees down there.
And that is the original Litchfield.
Is that right?
What's now known as Litchfield Plantation and all the other surrounding areas, Litchfield Country Club, all the way to the ocean was once part of Litchfield Plantation.
That's amazing, Jay. And then, of course, you left there to head down to Beaufort.
Beaufort. I was at the Beaufort Inn, which is a four-diamond restaurant.
Is that the only one in South Carolina?
Oh no, there's about 15 four-diamond.
Oh right, that's right. Here we've got two of them already, right?
We have, and sometimes people get confused because you can have a four-diamond you can have the diamond ratings for AAA, therefore the restaurants as well as for the inn. So you may have an inn that has a higher rating than the restaurant, or vice versa.
So in Horry County, we've got the bed and breakfast, the Cypress Inn, the Sheraton, the Marriott.
Those are four diamond.
Excuse
me. Those are the 3 4-diamond hotels that we have here, and we have no restaurants that are rated 4-diamond in the Grand Strand area.
Is that right? Now, how did they come up with the diamond rating, Jay?
Oh, there's a very strict guidance for that sheets, and people come in and or they have the inspector come in unannounced, of course, and do your evaluation. And my students, that's one of the things that we do with our students is have them do AAA ratings of different properties. Before the Marriott got their 4-diamond rating, our senior our second year management class went down and did a AAA site inspection.
Is that right?
For them. I mean, some of the students actually checked into the hotel.
Unannounced,
Well, I mean, it was announced through the manager, but none of the staff knew.
None of the staff knew.
They ordered room service. They went to the restaurant, and ate. They had called and made a reservation. All
Sure.
these are the different points that you have to do. You know, your security, how big your lobby is, all that. So it's really quite a big deal.
Are there? Yeah, go ahead.
When I was at the Buford Inn, our restaurant had gone down to 3 diamond, and the inn was 4 diamond. And the year I was there, it reversed. The restaurant went up to 4 diamond, and the inn went back down to 3 diamonds.
And you were over the restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, good
Imagine
answer.
that.
That's right.
But it all was, though they lost the rating because of one person. She was having a bad day. She answered the phone when the inspector called. She did not follow any of the steps that she was supposed to. You know, saying his name 3 times, making sure that he had wanted reservations for dinner, offering upgrades. She missed all these points. When he came in, she didn't do any better.
Wow.
And so she's no longer there.
Yeah.
But when he came to dinner, we weren't that busy, so you know I was there to spend time with him. The
Right.
server was there to spend time with him. The bartender came out and talked about the wine and the wine
Wow.
list.
Yeah.
And the next day, they call. You know, like once they go through the inspection, they call the next day and say, "Okay, I was the inspector."
They do it immediately.
Immediately.
The next day.
Yeah, you get an immediate response.
Right.
But you don't get your
Total evaluation.
total evaluation until later. But you get an immediate response the next day, and the evaluator actually asked to meet the chef. And
Really?
because he was so impressed, he said, "You know, this is a 4+." He said, "It's not a 5 diamond,
Wow.
but you're definitely 4+ rating."
Are there any 5 diamonds in South Carolina?
The Woodlands
Uh-huh.
in Somerville, and the Sanctuary at Kiowa. Have both, and they're 5 diamond. Both of these properties are 5 diamond restaurants and hotels.
Is that right? And that's AAA. Isn't
That's
there a
AAA.
mobile rating
Mobile
as well?
has
Those are the big
stars.
two. Yeah.
Mobile has stars.
Right. Do they go up to 5 as well? They both go to 5.
And a lot of times now you'll see it's a 7-star or a 7 diamond bar, and that's kind of self-imposed. You know,
Right,
there's
sure.
really no
yeah.
standards above 5.
That's right, sure. So both mobile and AAA use those 5 diamond or star ratings.
And there's some things that one will focus on more than the other. And some people, you know, some hotels and restaurants are rated by one and not rated by the other. But you invite AAA and mobile to come into your property.
Is that right? And they
it's-
make a determination whether
right.
they want to come or not.
Well, no, they come.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of times people, if they know that they can't, that they're not going to be rated high enough,
They don't
they would
invite.
choose not to be rated.
That's fascinating.